Hey everybody, let's get in here. Let's get to work. Class is in session. We have some water. This is my moon water that I made for this full moon that we just had. Okay. Come on in, everybody. Let's get into class tonight. This is going to be life-changing. If you need to change your life, this is where you need to be. So, let me just check this. We're going to get started in just a moment with today, day one. Hallelujah. This is going to be great. Okay, cool. All right, welcome everybody. We are starting a new 7-day series, how to step out of your masculine energy, how to step into your divine feminine energy so you can become her. Today is day one of 7 days, and today we're going to talk about energetic fundamentals that are going to absolutely change your life. So stick around. Let me get my notes set up. It's going to be a great class tonight. It's going to be a great class all week. You should stick around. If you want to change your life, if there are things about your life that you want to be softer or sweeter or better, or you just want a whole new life, like 100% tops to tails, stick around. I'm going to tell you how to start to step into that energy. So give me a moment. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure I can read all of this because I don't have my glasses. Okay, let me make the font a little bit bigger. Perfect. That's good. Okay, I can read that. There's one thing that I want to pull up for you all to be able to see. Is that this? That's not this. Let me find it. Hey y'all, welcome on in. Give me 1 second. I'm setting up my notes for today's class. If you're new to me, my name is Falayan. I am a divine feminine energy coach. I help high achieving women step out of their masculine energy and into their feminine energy where they can thrive. So we're going to start in just a second, but today we're going to start a 7-day series all about how you can step into your own divine feminine energy and get a completely new life. Y'all ready? Y'all excited? I hope so. This is going to be a life-changing session. If you're new to me, get ready. I am really good at this stuff, and this is my jam. This is what I love to talk about, what I love to do. And yeah, you're in a treat. You're in for a treat because I'm awesome. Okay, so housekeeping. As you come into the room, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what I'm teaching about tonight, tap the screen as you come in because it tells TikTok this is useful information, that this is a useful live, and it's time for our world to change. It's time for all women to step into their divine feminine energy, because not only does it make your life so much better, so much sweeter, it brings you all the things you've been praying for, but the planet is in a state where it's now looking towards the women. We're in the age of the awakening of the divine feminine. It's time for women to rise up out of survival mode, rise up out of being stuck into their masculine energy, and change the world by being her, by becoming her. Okay, so let's get started. Jennifer Page said, I can tell I was trolling and immediately follow. Yay, Jennifer Page, welcome. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so today is day one. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you're going to walk away from this session with. So the women, oh goodness. Sorry, my Teams is going off. I'm like, it is after hours on a Friday. Chill out. Okay. So what are you going to walk away with after today's class? Women will walk away from this intro session, from this day one session with, one, a foundational understanding of energy, frequency, and internal alignment. Okay. You will also walk away with a clear picture of why your current life looks the way that it does. And for most of you, why your current life has not been working. You're going to understand that after today's session. You're also going to walk away with an awareness of my divine feminine energy pyramid, which I'll talk about in a little bit. and where you exist in it. And you're also going to get permission to stop trying to fix your external world by starting to shift your internal world. Okay? Yeah, so let's get started. Sorry, my Teams keeps going off. I need to really block these people. All right, so who this is for. Okay, so if you're out there, this is what we're going to be talking about: how to get out of survival mode, how to get out of being stuck in your masculine energy, and how to get into your divine feminine energy. So this is for you if, okay, this is for you if you've tried to fix your life by doing more, by trying harder, and by staying in survival mode. Okay, this is for you. If you realize that shit does not work, this is for you. If you read all the books, you said all the affirmations, and you still feel blocked. Okay, this was my story. I'll tell my story in a second, but this was particularly me. If you've started to wake up to spiritual truth, you realize that there's something out there that you're not doing that's causing you not to move in the way that you want your life to move. You know there's something out there. It's some spiritual stuff, maybe some mumbo jumbo, maybe not. But you need the language, you need the structure, you need some understanding to go deeper. This is for you. And this is for you if you have been conditioned to overfunction, to overgive, to people please, to shrink, and to survive instead of thrive. If any of those sound like you, this class, this series is for you. So stick in. All right. So my story, real quick, I'm going to sprinkle bits of my story throughout today's class and all the classes. But in general, my story was that I really wanted my life to shift. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm really into manifestation. Really into manifestation because it works. It really works. It changed my life over and over and over again. But 6 months ago, I came to a point where all those manifestation techniques that I had been doing over years, only took me so far, and I had hit a brick wall with my development. I was at a place where I was feeling terribly insecure. I felt invisible to men. I wanted love. I wanted attention. I wanted adoration. I was invisible. Nobody was checking for me. Nobody was noticing me, even though I had been wearing heels and putting on makeup and paying more attention to like dresses and everything. I was still invisible. Not only was I invisible with men, I was invisible with women. I really wanted friendship. I felt really lonely and isolated. I was a chronic people pleaser, insecure, blah, 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 blah. I was all these things. And I was trying to do more. I was trying to perform more. I was trying to work harder, be more disciplined, tackle my to-do list, all those things. I was trying to try harder to get the life that I wanted. And Spirit gave me probably one of the most important messages of my life. And Spirit said, you're out of alignment. Hey, Veil by Sahara. Spirit said, you're out of alignment. In particular, you are out of alignment with your divine feminine energy, which I really didn't know anything about. So being wise that I am, I listened, I stopped everything that I was doing, and I started to learn about divine feminine energy. Previously, I thought it was all about, the dresses and the heels and the makeup and pink, right? But I learned that divine feminine energy at the root is a healed, regulated nervous system. So I started working on my nervous system. I learned that divine feminine energy is healing throughout your trauma to raise your frequency and tuning into a flow state, turning into becoming a receiver, attractor, not a chaser anymore. And by doing the things that I'm going to be talking to you all about over the next 7 days and in my workshop, if you want to go deeper, everything in my life shifted. By month 3, everything had changed. I was attracting very different kinds. I was attracting men, first of all. I was attracting men because I hadn't been, even though I looked the same. Like if you've known my story, I was really afraid that I was like, because I'm fat, I never attract a quality man, like a provider. Started attracting providers. Didn't lose any weight. Friendships changed. Started attracting a lot more money, working less. Everything changed. So we'll talk more about my story throughout the class, throughout today's class, throughout the classes. But that's the general story. I was really into manifestation, learned about divine feminine energy, and it pushed me past a brick wall that I was coming against with just manifestation alone. And I realized this was the key I've been missing all along. So we'll talk more about that. Whoever just gave me that gift, thank y'all. I didn't see who it was, but oh my God, I love gifts. So thank you. Hey, Destiny. Yes, we just started, Destiny. I'm just doing my little intro. Yes, we just started 12 minutes ago. Okay, so this is for you if any of those things apply. Next, let's lay the groundwork because today is day 1. We're going to lay the groundwork for the work we're going to be doing. I said that this is how I want you all to look at this. Today's session is the spark. It's going to be the spark for your new life. It's going to be the spark for you becoming her. It's going to be the spark for you stepping into a very different reality. That was my experience learning about and applying divine feminine energy, getting to alignment. It was a whole new experience of life. So this is the spark to step you into a very different life if you so choose. If you choose to take up the work, do the work and be consistent, it will be the spark for a brand new life for you. The work that we're going to do, I said it's grounded, it's expansive. We're going to be talking about not pushing, but activating something new, not doing, but activating a new energy that's going to completely shift your life around. I said, you're not crazy. You know, if all those things apply to you, like you've been pushing in life, you've been trying to do all the things and it's not working, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You've just been misaligned. You've just been misaligned. Let me show you the truth behind everything you're experiencing in your life right now. So I said, welcome back. If we've been here for a while, welcome back. You know, this is the second time I'm teaching this live series. So welcome back. We're going to do it even bigger this time. This is where everything for you begins to change. The truth I want to tell you right out the gate, I talked a little bit about it with my story, is that divine feminine energy is the key. You know, like manifestation, that's my first baby. I always say manifestation is my first love. I've been studying manifestation for more than 10 years, teachers, classes, you name it. But this was the icing on the cake. This is what I wish someone would have told me about 5 years ago, because I would be in a very different place. Divine feminine energy is a key that you've been missing all along. We are going to talk about manifestation principles because it's going to lay the foundation for you laying a new energy in your life, which is going to create a new life. But the top of the pyramid, which we're going to go through, is divine feminine energy. It is what you've been missing this whole time. It's not the next book that you need. It's not the perfect routine that you need. It's your energy. It's your energy that needs to be aligned. That's what you've been missing. Your ability to soften, to receive, to embody safety and radiance. That's what's going to change your life. And again, how do I know? Because that's exactly what happened to me. The first thing I want to talk about, besides the fact that divine feminine energy is the key, is that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you know about my story, you know that 2007, that's when we all saw The Secret. Right? Who was there? We all saw The Secret and we were all super excited, like, oh my God, law of attraction. I'm about to become the creator of my reality. I'm going to change my life through using the law of attraction. And I started to go hard on the law of attraction. I was like, okay, finally, I've been praying for this all my life. And I went hard on it, did everything I was supposed to do, made all the vision boards, did the affirmations, did everything. And nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened in my life. My life did not change at all. Fast forward, after my trip to Hawaii, finding that famous coverless book, I began to learn about the power of the subconscious mind, the power of our energy field that we're walking around in, and the importance of changing our subconscious mind and changing our energy field, changing our frequency, to changing our lives. And that's when my life really started to turn around. And of course, after that, learning about divine feminine energy. So you do not attract what you want. Like the law of attraction says, we don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. We attract what we resonate to. We attract the energy that we're pulling in by emitting the signal that we're emitting through our energy. And when we step into our divine feminine energy, we are emitting the highest signal that we can emit as feminine women, and we attract on that level. So that's our goal, is to get there. Oh, I missed some comments. Ooh, let's see. Oh, thank you, SideQuest Empress, for the love from Indiana. I love it. Destiny, yes, it's about attracting, not chasing. And TikTok friend, man, this has been my head all day, and I opened my TikTok in the first live. Yay! Love it. Okay, good. All right, so let's keep going. I said, you've been working so hard to figure it out. Right? You're here probably because you've been working so hard to figure it out. And to figure it out means to fix your money situation, to fix your love life situation, to fix your stress situation. And because of all of that, your nervous system has been in survival mode. It's been in a free fall in survival mode. And all that shit's been chaotic and messed up. Divine feminine energy is the same energy that will fix your relationships. It's going to fix your money problems. It's going to fix your stress problems. Amazing, right? Okay, so all that to be said, Your feminine energy is the key you've been missing all along. It's the energy of radiance. It's the energy of rest. It's the energy of regulation. It's the energy of magnetism. And it's been locked away. But this week, over the next 7 days, we begin to unlock it. Okay. So, you're here because you know something's off in your life. You would not be in this life. You would not have attracted me if you did not feel like there's something off in your life. You've been doing all the things, but nothing's moving. You're exhausted, but it's okay. We're going to start to learn how to turn this stuff around. You don't need more to-do list. You don't need to perform more. You don't need to do more. You need a new energy. Truth number 1, life is a mirror. Your current reality is a reflection of your internal frequency. Okay, so this is the second thing I want you to know. The first thing is that the key that you've been missing is your divine feminine energy alignment. Okay, next, a lot of us, when we want to change our lives, we work on rearranging the external things. We start with working out. We start with losing weight. We start with budgeting our money. When in reality, the way that we shift our reality is working on our internal. Okay, our internal energy is a code. It's a blueprint for everything that you're seeing in your external world. So if we want to shift anything in the external world, we must shift our internal energy first. And that's the work we're going to be working on. So next, foundations of energy and frequency. Okay, the foundations of energy and frequency. Everything is energy. Y'all have heard that before. If you're a law of attraction person, you've definitely heard that before. Everything is energy, vibrating at different frequencies, different rates, different speeds. But you are energy. That's what you need to remember. You are energy. And people, life, it feels you before it hears you. So we are walking, talking, magnetic energy beings, right? We are walking, talking, electromagnetic beings. At any point in time, we are beep, 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 beeping a signal out into the universe. That signal is either going to be a high frequency signal, it's going to be a low frequency signal, maybe it's a neutral signal. Whatever it is, that signal that we are emitting based on our internal energy is going out into the world. It's beeping out a signal, and that signal is either attracting what we want or it's repelling what we want. If you are existing, tomorrow we're going to talk more about frequency, but if you are beep, 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 beeping from your energetic field, a low frequency, a low frequency signal, then you are attracting low frequency experiences, low frequency men, low frequency money, low frequency stress and chaos. At the same time, you're pushing away high frequency men, high frequency money. You're pushing away ease, joy, happiness. If you, on the other hand, are beep, 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 a high frequency signal, you're up here somewhere, then at any point in time, you are attracting to you, as if by magic, high frequency men, high frequency friendships, high frequency money, and you're pushing away low frequency experiences. Okay? Y'all got that? Today, if you're just joining us, by the way, hi, my name is Felion. I'm doing this 7-day series about how to step into your divine feminine energy. And today's day one of the series where we're doing energetic fundamentals to changing your life. Okay, so welcome. Hello. Man, I cannot read that. You've been here before, but I cannot read it. But hello. Destiny said it is also admitting where you went wrong in the relationship instead of blaming the other person. Yes, absolutely. We're going to talk about victim mentality and how it drains you of your power. Your TikTok friend said the money part is where I feel my spirit drift to worry and concern, telling myself I'm grounded. Okay, great. Well, we'll start. I think you'll get some more. Oh, it's Victoria. I couldn't read that. Okay. Hey, Shelly. Okay, Victoria. Thank you. All right, good. All right. So everything is energy, and the world feels you before you say a word. It's feeling you based upon that signal that you're beeping out into the world. Next, frequency. Frequency is the emotional and energetic tone that you are vibrating at most consistently. So most consistently is most of the time. Where you're at, you remember we talk about different poles in this class. There's the polarity from fear to love. Okay, so fear-based emotions, also called lower level emotions, fear, guilt, shame, frustration, lack, poverty, anger, lower emotions, lower frequencies. The higher frequencies, love, ease, joy, divine feminine energy, feeling turned on, soft life, joyful, happiness, enlightenment. Those are the higher frequency energies. So the frequency that you consider yourself at is the frequency which you are existing in most of the time, your dominant frequency. Life, money, love, opportunities, they all respond to that one vibration. Okay. So wherever you're hanging out at most of the time, your dominant frequency, life, all of life, all of life is responding to that frequency. It can show up as money. It can show up as love. It can show up as friendship. It can show up as anything. But all of that energy, whatever language it's speaking, is all following through from based upon that frequency that you're emitting. And again, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are energetically aligned with. You attract what you are resonating with based upon that frequency that you're at. Victoria said shame is the lowest frequency. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about the different levels of frequency. I'm going to show you all probably my favorite chart of all charts, which is the chart of human consciousness. And as you'll see when we talk about this, is that shame is the very lowest frequency. In fact, shame is so low that it vibrates closest to the frequency of a dead body. So when you are walking around in shame, when you are filled with shame, when you dwell on shame, when you don't forgive yourself, because that's the antidote to shame, is self-forgiveness, you are vibrating close to death. That's why it's very important. We'll talk more about this tomorrow, that if shame is like your thing, it's one of those hangups you have, it's very important to work on that, because when you can work on that, your frequency is going to rise very quickly. Yes. Oh yeah, Victoria. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So yes, you don't attract what you want, which is, we go beyond the law of attraction. You attract what you're energetically aligned with. If your dominant frequency is fear, lack, or unworthiness, your life is going to mirror that. If your nervous system is dysregulated and you don't feel safe, nothing good is going to stick. Your life is going to mirror that. Healing doesn't start with changing your mindset. It starts with changing your baseline energy, your nervous system. Okay. So the ways that we change our life, I talked about it a little while ago. Most people say, oh, my life isn't working. Let me start a new gym routine. Let me eat better. Let me eat clean. Let me start budgeting my money. And all those things are well and good. However, when we talk about the power that you have to change your life, this is how it goes. The very bottom, we have, let me make sure I'm in frame. At the very bottom, we have actions, okay? Like the gym, or how we're eating, or budgeting our money. Next level up, quite a bit more powerful, is our thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts and beliefs. Way more powerful than just our actions. Okay. Above that is our emotions. Emotions are way more powerful than even our thoughts and beliefs. At the top level, the most powerful. Okay. The most powerful. If you put your energy in changing your life at this level, you will get the most bang for your buck. At this level is your nervous system. So from your nervous system flows your emotions, then flows your thoughts and beliefs, and lastly is your actions. So if you want to change your life, smartest way is not by starting with these little actions at the bottom. Start with your nervous system. Your nervous system is your baseline energy. It's your most truest energy. And you can only be dysregulated or regulated. Okay. Your nervous system is going to feel safe or it doesn't feel safe. That's why I always say to step into your divine feminine energy, to step out of your masculine energy, to step out of survival mode. The most important, the highest and best work that you need to do is work on your nervous system. And we're going to talk about that over the next 7 days. Okay. Comments. Oh my God. Thanks for the gifts, y'all. I love the gifts. Thank you so much. Sometimes I'm looking at my notes and I can't see them. Thank you so much. Tina, how to change your nervous system. We're going to talk about it. Oh, cool. Boost the mood and rejuvenate. Thank you, Natural Queen. Nice. This up and okay. Nice. And natural. Yes. The nervous system. Okay, cool. All right, great. All right, let's keep going. All right. So again, healing does not start with changing your mindset. Your healing is going to start with changing your baseline energy, aka your nervous system. It's the most important part. When we are dysregulated, when our nervous system says stress, chaos, drama, nothing good sticks. Okay, we self-sabotage the good things that come. Nothing good can stay, and the new mindset will eventually revert back to the old mindset. So we must start with our nervous system. Victoria said, may I ask how I can regulate my nervous system around a negative environment? Most important thing, and to the person who just asked, how can I regulate my nervous system? One, why are you dysregulated? Go to the source. We always go to the source energy, right? Like I talk about, the very source of your everything is going to be your nervous system. Go to the source. So if you're dysregulated, why? Most of us are walking around with a lot of fear responses, and we're like, oh my God, I'm afraid of this. Oh my God, I'm afraid of this. Oh my God, I'm afraid of this. Why? Because we've lived a life of fear responses. I don't know about you guys, but for me, my whole childhood was fear, 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 shoe dropping, shoe dropping, shoe dropping, shoe dropping. And so as I became an adult, my whole nervous system was conditioned for chaos. It was conditioned for anxiety. It was conditioned for stress. It was not until I went and took a look at all of those fear responses, that history and those patterns and those bits of trauma and those moments where I got stuck in a state of anxiety and terror, until I started to look at all those places and start to unravel all of that negative energy, all that fear energy, that actually could stop going back into those fear responses over and over and over again. So get to the root. Why are you afraid? Why are you dysregulated? Also, negative environment, get out. How can you get out of the negative environment? Okay. Also, to regulate your nervous system in the moment, breath work, take a 20-minute walk in nature, and sit in stillness and silence. That will help. Okay. HS Empath said, shoe dropping is 100% my life. Just so tired. Yeah. That's survival mode. Yeah. You have to. Okay. I'll say this now. So, the way that you got the nervous system that you have now, the way that you got the consciousness that you have now, is by repetition. From 0 to 7 is the time when your foundational consciousness is formed. It's formed by repetition. Your consciousness says, how happy can I get or not get? What's the cap on my happiness? What's the cap on my money? Will I likely be wealthy, or will I likely be struggling with money my whole life? How good can love get? Is love expansive and beautiful and easy, or is love hard to find and hurtful and painful? You pick up all these messages from your parents, your mother, your father, television, your aunties, your uncles, your grandmother, your grandparents, your friendships, your neighborhood, your culture, your schooling. You pick up all these messages from 0 to 7, and that forms your base consciousness. That base consciousness says, how far can I go? How happy can I go? How well loved will I be? How feminine can I be? How masculine do I need to be? And if you do not take the time to unravel that consciousness, that old consciousness, that shitty consciousness that's creating the chaos and the drama and the pain in your life, you don't take the time to do that, then you will be walking around in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s with that same 0 to 7 consciousness. So our work, the work with me, is to unravel that shitty consciousness and put something new in its place so you can walk around with a new life. Okay? Hope that answers your questions a little bit. Okay. You're welcome, Victoria. All right. So let's talk about my secret energetic teachings. They're not really secret, but they're secret to me because no one ever teaches them, and I learned them through hard work. And you don't have to do that. Isn't that great? Like, I'm just going to teach them to you. Like, I learned these through 15 years of trying, and you don't have to do that. So that makes me happy. Did it make you happy? Happy Friday, y'all. Okay, good. For Lions, top 5 energetic secret teachings. Let's go. Number 1, we already went through this one. Life is a mirror, right? Whatever you're seeing in your 3D, touch it, taste it, knock on wood reality is a reflection of whatever you're holding in consciousness. So what you experience is a reflection of what you believe, expect, and embody. Okay? So whatever you're seeing in your outside world is a reflection of your own consciousness, the level of your nervous system, your own emotions, your own thoughts and beliefs. It's showing you what your internal energy is reading. The outer world is a mirror of your inner frequency. And again, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You attract what you are energetically in alignment to. Secret number 1. Yeah, mirror. Secret number 2, everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your nervous system, they're all made of energy. They're all vibrating. Remember, we are walking, talking magnetic energy fields. Okay. That vibration, that signal that we're emitting out into the universe at any point in time is coming from your thoughts, your emotions, the level of your nervous system. That's all your internal energy broadcasted outwards. Feminine energy starts with awareness and not hustle. Okay. I'm going to say this is the next, well, this is something I always say. Get used to this. Awareness is 9/10 of the law. Okay. You trying to change your life. You cannot change what you're not aware of. You cannot fix what you don't know exists. You cannot shift what you don't know is a problem. So I always say awareness is 9/10 of the law, meaning that to change your life, you must become deeply aware. Deeply aware of what? Deeply aware of your internal energy that's creating the life that you have now. Until you see yourself, you know how like when you have a child, you have a toddler, you watch that child. Hopefully you watch that child. You observe them. You observe their patterns. You observe their, how early are they waking up? What time are they going to bed? What time should they be going to bed? What are they thinking about? What are they saying? How are they developing? What are their actions like? How do they interact with other people? Are they triggered? You observe all these things. If you really want to change your life, if you really want to step into her, if you really want to get out of your masculine energy, if you really want to get out of survival mode, you must become the observer of yourself, of your own life. Just like you would a little toddler, you need to start observing yourself, because when you start observing yourself, you become aware of yourself. And when you become aware of yourself, it's 9/10 of the law, meaning most of the work is done. All that remains after that is to actually shift the energy, shift the thoughts, shift the emotions, shift the nervous system. But until you're aware of what your problem is, you're never going to be able to shift it. So awareness is 9/10 of the law. I need you to become really fucking aware of your own self. Why? Because you're a badass bitch. Because because you deserve it. Okay? That's part of the work too, but we'll get there. All right. So everything is energy. You are vibrating at a frequency all the time, and life is responding accordingly, whether that shows up as your money, your relationships, love, friendships. It's all responding to that frequency that you're emitting. Okay. Energy secret number 3. Safety comes before softness. The way that we get into our divine feminine energy is we soften. Okay. Polarity. I talked to all about the polarity from fear to love. Another one of the most important polarities that we talk about is the masculine feminine polarity. I'm in frame. So masculine feminine polarity says, this is my masculine side, this is my feminine side. If we are raised with a consciousness of healthy divine masculine energy, then our divine feminine energy will naturally be balanced, healthy, attractive, magnetic, radiant throughout our lives. However, most active, magnetic, radiant throughout our lives. However, most of us were not raised with a healthy balance of healthy divine masculine energy. So what happens? So we don't have this healthy divine masculine energy. So your life will always maintain polarity. If you don't have that healthy balance of divine masculine energy in your life, then your femininity, you and your feminine, you will naturally overcompensate by that lack of divine masculine energy, and you'll become more masculine. Okay. And if you do not handle this issue, you'll become, as I say, stuck in your masculine energy. You will become stuck in your masculine armor. When you're stuck in your masculine armor, you are in survival mode. And if you've been attracted to this live today, you're probably existing there or somewhere over here. Not here, probably somewhere over here. How do you know? You struggle. Life is a struggle. You don't have healthy masculine energy around you, supporting you emotionally, supporting you financially. You're doing all the things by yourself. You're pushing, performing. You're the provider in your own life. But yeah, you're struggling. You're struggling to survive. When you can, and this is the work that we work on, install that healthy divine masculine in your consciousness, you will naturally, once again, your life maintains polarity at all costs. It's going to naturally balance you out, and you'll be able to once again exist over here in your divine feminine energy, where no longer are you pushing providing, you're provided for, whether it's by a husband, boyfriend, just by the universe. You will be provided for. You will be attracting rather than chasing. You will find all sorts of miracles and magic show up for you just by existing. So that's the goal. Okay. So that's a little bit about polarity. Hopefully that made sense. Don't worry, we come back to it like every day because it's so important for us to realize. So if you didn't get it, I'll come back to it. Okay. So safety comes before softness. The way that we move back from our being stuck in our masculine to being in our divine feminine energy is we start to learn how to soften. And again, to soften, the first step is to install a sense of safety in our nervous system. We cannot soften without feeling safe. I said softness doesn't live in a body that doesn't feel safe. Feminine energy thrives in a nervous system that feels safe. Yes, softness. I didn't have the gummy today. What's going on? Sorry. Softness is not just an aesthetic, it's a body sensation. Okay. Energetic secret number 4. Presence over work. When you move into your divine feminine energy, your existence, your essence, your presence is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting of work for you. Okay, it's going to attract things to you. It's going to make things happen for you. It's going to protect you. It's going to bring you more money. So much easier. But when you are stuck in your masculine energy, you are pushing that. You are having to do all the work. When you are stuck on this side, you are having to do all the heavy lifting for your life. You're having to do all the heavy lifting for your money, for your love, for friendship, for attention, for approval. And if you can learn how to get out of that place and get into your divine feminine energy, you will naturally draw those things to you. Okay. And energetic secret number 5. This one is so important and it leads into the work we're going to start doing today and tomorrow. You must destroy the old first. Okay. This was another problem I had with the law of attraction. If we want to change our lives, if we want to step into a new level of existence, if we want to become her, if we want to step into our divine feminine energy and out of our masculine energy, out of survival mode, we cannot just throw new programming on top of old programming. Okay. That 0 to 7 consciousness that you got as a child, we actually have to unwire the old before we can put something new in its place. If you try to throw new programming on top of old programming, the old programming, simply because repetition is the way that we get programming, just because it's been existing longer, it's stronger, it's always going to win out. It's always going to be dominant. So we must first uninstall old programming, which we're going to start working on tomorrow, and making space for the new programming to land. Okay? Okay, so those are my energetic secrets. Does that make sense? Any questions? Why, Shelly? Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Zainab, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. How do you get out of survival mode? That's what we're going to talk about over the next 7 days. So stick around. Did I miss anyone else's? Okay, good. All right. So, some examples from my own life around the fact that life is a mirror. Okay. What I say? Okay, so I said before I did this work, I told you all that I felt invisible and horribly insecure. And I thought that because I'm fat, I will never be able to attract a provider man. I thought that men wouldn't notice me. I thought I wasn't pretty because of my weight. And life kind of just generally sucked, like it's kind of crappy. So, before I did this work, I didn't feel seen, and my life mirrored that. I was invisible to men. I was overworking, underpaid, living paycheck to paycheck. Money was such a problem. I was surrounded by people who took but didn't pour back to me. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Being around people that take, and don't give back. Sorry, y'all. I've been on vacation for like a week, and my hair I've not even fixed it. Sorry about that. We'll be okay. Okay. So, also I said, so once I started regulating my energy, everything shifted. I was remembered. Let me tell y'all something. Okay, let me finish. I was remembered. Oops. I was adored, worshipped, not because I got prettier. I didn't get any prettier. I looked the same. I didn't lose any weight, same weight. It's because I got a line. If y'all been following me, I've been dating this man who worships the ground I walk on. And we'll talk more about this when we get into the last day, when we talk about embodying your feminine energy. But I tell you all that the root of this work is working with your nervous system, right? A regulated nervous system. As you move up on throughout the lessons and the days, another level that you're going to hit, you're going to have to hit a self-concept that's worthy of you. If you're here, if you attracted me, you are a goddess. You may be a goddess in training. You may be a fully fledged goddess, but you are a goddess. And goddesses believe in themselves. Goddesses adore themselves. Goddesses see their beauty and their light, even if nobody else sees it. So as we move on up into this work, as we move on into higher levels of work, worthiness is crucially important. People see you the way you see you. So if you see yourself as worthy, if you see yourself as beautiful, if you see yourself as amazing and fantastic and one of a kind and rare, that's how men are going to see you. That's how other people are going to see you. If you, on the flip side, see yourself as not good enough, not great, not special, not pretty, too fat, that's how everyone else is going to see you too. I don't know why I said that, but the point was, I was saying that I was saying that like back 6 months ago, I had a lot of self-loathing issues. Like there were parts of me that I was like, I hate this about myself. Like I was like my issue were like feeling like I was too fat. Another issue myself, like I was like my issue were like feeling like I was too fat. Another issue was feeling too weird. You know, like you see all this stuff that I like to talk about, manifestation and science and frequency and all this stuff. I was like, I'm too weird. People always think I'm too weird. I thought I was too nerdy. I'm a big nerd. I'm a computer science person. I read a lot of fantasy books. I always thought all these things were bad about me. And through leaning into getting aligned with my divine feminine energy, one of the big lessons that I learned was to accept myself. All those parts about me that I hated, that I was in self-loathing about, I started to accept those and see those as beautiful. And my point I was making just now was that this man that I attracted, well-to-do, provider type, nice man, good man, those are the things he loves about me the most. So all that to say, self-acceptance and seeing yourself as worthy is a path to getting into your divine feminine energy and also getting everything that you deserve. Okay, anyway, sidebar. So yes, with me, life didn't just get easier. It's that I got different and life adjusted. And the same thing will happen to you as you do this work. Okay, the 3-part framework, my pyramid of divine feminine energy. Let me show you all this. This is what I work on. Give me a second. No, it's not letting me. Hold on. No, it's not letting me open it. While that's working, I'm missing the comments. Oh, great. Okay, I'm just going to explain to you. Oh, Destiny, thank you. I'm beautiful. Yes. Well, now I see it. I was not feeling beautiful 6 months ago. Victoria, how do you trust yourself and intuition more? You have to start trusting yourself and your intuition more. Start with 10 minutes of listening to your divine inner self in the morning. Vantana, no questions, just happy I'm aligned here. I'm happy you're here, Vantana. Yes, absolutely. Okay, it's not letting me open that. Forget that. Okay, so I'm just going to explain it to you all. So what I work with is a pyramid of divine feminine energy. Imagine a pyramid, right? It has 3 levels. The bottom level of the pyramid is healing. The middle level of the pyramid is frequency. And the capstone, that's what they call the top of the pyramid, by the way, one of my favorite words. The capstone of the pyramid at the very top is divine feminine energy. So what we're going to do is work through the 3 levels over the next 7 days. I'm trying to see, like, will it let me open it? Oh my gosh. It won't let me open it. Ooh. All right. Maybe it'll give me a chance later. Okay. Bottom level is your healing. You want a softer life. You want to find a provider. You want to get paid by existing, right? We all do. And you should. All of the work that you're ever going to do to get any of those things, it's going to have to exist on a foundation of healing. You've got to heal. Some of us have more things to heal. Some of us, oh my microphone. Some of us have more things to heal. Some of us have less things to heal. But all of us need to start with healing. Healing is the bottom foundation of all the shadow work, all the spiritual work, all the changing of your consciousness, all the upgrading of your nervous system, the bottom of that work, the basement of that work, the foundation of that work will always be your healing. When we talk about healing, we talk about nervous system safety, of course. We talk about clearing your stuck trauma and survival patterns. And we talk about learning how to feel safe to rest, learning how to feel safe to be seen, and learning how to receive. Okay. I always explain it to you guys like this. I told you all, I'm a super nerd and I love anything related to computers. Why? Because they make great metaphors. So, computer, you all use a browser, right? I have this really bad habit of having 1,000,001 tabs open on my browser. And as you know, that slows down the performance of the computer, right? Doesn't work as fast and not as well. When you are stuck, before you've done your healing, when you are stuck in your trauma patterns and your fear patterns and your lower level frequency emotions, those are all like open tabs on your browser. Fear, pain, shame, frustration, anger, this thing that my mom did to me when I was 10 that I still haven't forgiven her for, this thing that I did when I was 13 I didn't forgive myself for. Most of us are walking around with 1,000 open tabs of pain, stress, chaos, and drama. The way that you do your healing is one by one, you're going to start closing those tabs. You're going to clear up your shame. You're going to clear up your sadness. You're going to clear up your 101 tabs of fear responses. You're going to start clearing those up one by one. This is your healing work. As you start to clear up those tabs one by one, your system is going to run smoother. It's going to be able to attract. Your magnet is going to start to activate. You're going to rise in frequency. You're going to be able to achieve those things. But until you do that healing work, you're going to stay stuck. So that's why I say we start at the bottom with healing. Okay. Next level is frequency. Let me see if it's letting me open this thing yet. Jeez. Oh. Okay. All right. Next level is frequency. Oh, you better not. Okay. I thought it was like kicking me out of my notes, y'all. I got scared. Okay. Middle level. Frequency. We talked about the chart of consciousness. Again, we'll go over that tomorrow. But the polarity from fear to love. Okay. Those are all frequencies moving up from shame at the bottom to enlightenment at the top. When we work on your frequency, we work on changing your emotional baseline, which means what dominant emotions am I walking around in every day? Most of us, this was me 6 months ago and still something I'm working on, are walking around with an emotional baseline of fear. Okay. We're walking around mostly in fear energy and we're existing at a low frequency, therefore, stuck in survival mode and attracting low frequency money, low frequency experiences, low frequency men, low frequency love. Okay. We also work with reprogramming your self concept. Okay. Remember, I just told you that worthiness is one of the most important things that you've got to get into your consciousness once you work on your nervous system. So reprogramming your self concept from someone who sees themselves as less than, as worthy, as undeserving, to someone who sees himself as worthy, no matter fucking what. Like, I don't care. Like I said, I haven't lost any weight. I've gained some of the weight I did lose back. But I don't care. I don't care if you're younger than me. I don't care if you're prettier than me. I don't care if you're richer than me. You'll never be better than me. And that's the way that you should see your whole reality. No one is better than you in your own reality, but you will not see yourself that way until you improve your self-concept. Okay? Lastly, we work about alignment in the frequency part. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I hope so. Okay. If you're just joining us, by the way, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Falion. I am a divine feminine energy coach for high achieving women, helping you to step out of your masculine energy and into your divine feminine energy. And welcome. Today is day 1 of this series where we are talking about how we can become her and get out of survival mode, out of our masculine energy and into our divine feminine energy. And today is day 1 where we're talking about energetic fundamentals to changing your life. So welcome. Glad to have you all here. I am going to be teaching. I'm going to go no skips, by the way. I never do lives on the weekend, but I'm going to do it this over the exact next 7 days because I want to maintain some momentum with you all. So, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so at the top of the pyramid, ooh, maybe it'll let me open it. Hold on, y'all. Cross your fingers. Let's see. Yay. Okay. At the top of the pyramid is divine feminine energy. So let me show you. This is the work that I do. This is the work we're going to do. By the way, if you like this work, we can only do so much in 1 hour a day over 7 days. If you want to go deeper, I'm teaching a workshop on June 26th, how to rewire your nervous system for safety so you can step out of survival mode and into your divine feminine energy. It's only $99. I only have 20 seats. DM me if you're interested. So that said, this is what we're going to work on. Boom. Can you see it? All right. This is the pyramid I was talking about. At the bottom is healing, the foundation. In the middle, we work on changing your frequency from fear-based emotions to love-based emotions. And at the top, we have, of course, the capstone, the big baddie, divine feminine energy. Okay? All right, so let's talk about the capstone, which is divine feminine energy. When we get into divine feminine energy, after we've worked on our healing, after we worked on upping our frequency, then we step into the things everyone likes to talk about. We talk about seduction. We talk about softening. We talk about dressing and presentation. We talked about softness, magnetism, radiance, and attraction. Let me give you, since it's the intro day, I'll give you a little bit that should you never come back to this live and you never see me again, I want you to remember this. Ready? Okay. Beauty. Okay. 6 months ago, another one of my issues, I told you I felt fat. I did not feel beautiful. I felt invisible, and I thought it was because of my weight. Turned out it was just my energy. Beauty is not a function of what you're seeing right here. Okay. Beauty comes from life force energy. Beauty, radiance, youthfulness, magnetism, aura, it all comes because that life force energy is flowing through your system. Life force, you guys can't see the bottom half of me, but life force energy, it lies in potential at the base of your spine. Okay? It lies in potential at the base of your spine. And if you have blocks, if you haven't done your healing work, you got trauma, if you got, triggers and patterns and all those open tabs open on your browser, that life force energy cannot flow. It cannot flow up your body and pop out of your crown to give you the aura that you're looking for. When you can clear all those blocks, when you can clear the triggers and the drama and the nonsense and know your worth and regulate your nervous system, that life force energy that was existing at the base of your spine now starts to flow. It starts to flow, and it's going to flow up through your chakras and it radiates at your crown. And that's when people feel your aura. That's when men start noticing you. That's when you become magnetic no matter how fat your ass is. That's when you stand out from a crowd because of the energy that you're radiating. It's a source of beauty. It's a source of youthfulness. Remember, youthfulness is not about an age. Youthfulness is an energy, okay? You probably have seen 70-year-old women, and they're absolutely gorgeous and radiant and beautiful and youthful. It's because of their life force energy, okay? So a little bit about that I think is important to understand. Okay, great. Ooh, I missed some comments. Why, Shelly? I'm so glad you're here. Yes, I'm so glad you're here. Angie, I've been waiting to catch you live, exploring my femininity these days, wanting to learn. So glad you're here. Andrew, let's talk about it. Donna B, welcome. Okay, good. All right. So the top of the pyramid is, of course, divine feminine energy. And we talk about attracting instead of chasing, learning how to become that divine magnet that draws all good things to her as if by magic. Y'all, I can walk outside and people just give me things, and it's just amazing. It's 100% different than the life I was living 6 months ago. Okay. So that said, let's move on. Over the next 7 days, we're going to walk this path. Okay. We'll walk the path of this pyramid. We're going to start with the foundation, and we're going to rise all the way up into you starting to step into embodying your divine feminine energy. Again, we can only do so much over the next 7 days. If you want to go deeper, sign up for my workshop. But if you follow through over the next 7 days and do the work that I'm going to I'm going to give you homework every night. If you do the work, if you pay attention, if you journal things and do the things, you will the work. If you pay attention, if you journal things and do the things, you will absolutely change your life. I'm going to give you the blueprint. Okay. I'm going to give you a lot of information, but I'm not here for information. I'm here for your transformation. Okay. I'm here for your transformation. If you just do the work that I'm going to give you and apply it with repetition. Remember, repetition is one of the divine gifts God has given us to change our lives. It's how we change our consciousness. All we need to do is repeat a thing and we will believe the thing. If you can do the work with repetition, consistency, you can change your life. Absolutely. They say that it takes 21 days to change a habit. It takes 90 days to change a paradigm. So if you can keep up with this work for 90 days, I promise you in 90 days, your life will look drastically different. Okay. All right. So I wanted to do a little bit of reframing because I know for me, when I was trying to apply the law of attraction and I was like doing all the affirmations and I was making all the vision boards and, like wishing, and nothing was happening, I took it really personal. So I want to reframe the blocks so that maybe you don't take it so personally. So I said, if things haven't been working, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you don't work. And it's not because you're cursed. These are things I thought. I was like, is it just me? It's not just you. Okay. It's because your energy has been out of alignment in all the ways we started to touch on today. Your energy has been out of alignment. Your energy hasn't been safe. You've been stuck in a nervous system that did not signal safety. It signaled chaos, drama, confusion, and a mess. You haven't been soft. You've been hard. You've been stuck in your masculine energy. You've been stuck under your masculine armor, and you've been misaligned. That's not your fault. It's how you were conditioned. Remember that 0 to 7 conditioning that you got? All that you've learned up until this point has made you have the life that you have now. So it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. I hope that you take the time to take the work that I'm going to give you and do it. We're in a divine year, 2025. If you all are into astrology, numerology, it's the same message. We're in the year of the snake. We're in the year 9. This is the year where you pull up the old programming. You take off the mask. This is where you take off the old skin, while you build a house with a new foundation. This is the year that you do that work. You do not want to go into 2026 with the same consciousness you walked in with. It will not bode well. There are consequences for sitting in an old energy over time, especially when you know better. So after this, you're going to know better. So you're going to have to do better. I expect you all to do better. Not for me, but for you. And because we all need to bind together for a new planet. We are in the awakening of the divine feminine. We're in the age of Aquarius. We are in a time where we are all being tasked, your light, your light, your light, your light. We're all being tasked to become something new because the planet has to evolve. If we don't evolve, the planet will not evolve. Okay? So we all need to do our work. Huh? Okay. So that said, you're now aware of all the stuff that I'm going to be teaching, and now you must evolve. Okay? All right, so let's get ready to close. Oh, perfect. It's been an hour. This is not too long for us. All right, so this is what I want us to do for our first practice. I want you to meet your current energy. Remember, I said what? Awareness is what? Awareness is 9/10 of the law. Awareness is most of the work you're going to need to do to shift. So let's start with some awareness. Meet your current energy. Let's start with some breath work. Remember, breath work is that girl. If you ever need to signal safety to your nervous system in the moment, one of the easiest ways to do it in the smallest amount of time is through breath work. There's lots of ways that people teach breath work. It's a science. They go all in, but I like to keep things simple. So the simple way that I do breath work is a long, deep inhale and an even longer, slow exhale. So let's practice it together. Let's bring down our nervous system and prepare us to have some awareness and do some deep thinking and have a great weekend. Okay, so we're going to do 12 counts inhale, and then we're going to do 14 counts exhale. Okay, y'all ready? Get ready. Okay, so here we go. 12 counts inhale. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 11, 12. And then an even longer slow exhale. Slow. How did that feel? I had to count and talk, so mine wasn't as good as yours probably was. Did that help to bring down your system? Signal safety to your nervous system? Could you feel the shift? I hope so. Okay, so now let's meet your current energy. Oh, I'm so glad, intuitive goddess. Lovely. Yes, alkaline vegan. Love it. Okay, great. All right, so breathe, close your eyes, and check into your internal energy. Remember, our internal energy is what's creating our external world. So let's tune into your internal energy. You can close your eyes. I want to speak. Number one, I want you to ask yourself, what is the dominant energy I have been operating from lately? What is the dominant energy I've been operating from lately? Is it a fear-based energy? Is it a love-based energy? Is it shame? Is it guilt? Is it frustration? Is it anger? Is it living paycheck to paycheck? Is it grief? Is it worry? Is it stress? Is it fear responses? Is it neutral? Is it peace? Is it ease? Is it joy? Is it good sex? Is it love? Is it friendship? Is it enlightenment? Is it joy? What is it? Alkaline said fear and love, and that's real. But Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen, which one is dominant? That's what I want you to answer me. Which one is the dominant emotion? Hey, remember the dominant one is going to be the dominant experience you're going to have, whether it's going to be more good than bad or more bad than good. Control, said Tina. Okay. Legant Cat said guilt than fear. Got it. Treya Kalina, managing the household. Yeah, that sounds like stress, right? Responsibility. Fear-based, sacred soul, Treya Kalina organization. That sounds like not the good kind. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen said fear. Why Shelly said sad. Okay, no worries. When we remember, awareness is 9/10 the law. We're not supposed to stay there, right? We're going to work on actually moving past those lower level emotions, but we cannot change. We cannot shift what we're not aware of, right? Okay, Lauren. Okay, Monet. Now you know where you're existing right now. Now you know what needs to shift. Okay, that was question one. Close your eyes again or just check into your internal energy again. Question number two. What has that energy been attracting? What has that energy been attracting? For me, my dominant states were insecurity, loneliness, not feeling good enough. And for me, that attracted invisibility, more loneliness, living paycheck to paycheck, and chronic stress. What about y'all? Lauren said stagnancy, Legant Cat, lack, Treya Kalina, staying busy, feeling tired. Yeah. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen, stress. Yes. Sounds about right. Okay. Next question. Last question. Tune into your internal energy. Am I ready to choose something softer, safer, and more aligned? Am I ready to turn in and choose something that is softer, safer, and more aligned? You want to do that? Tina, stress, and survival mode, yes. So ask yourself and get an honest answer. Are you ready? Some people are not ready. Some people are not ready and do not want to do the work. Are you ready to tune in, and pick something else? It's gonna, hold on. I gotta do this thing. Oh my God, yesterday, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago when I was on here and I took the gummy for sleep. I don't know why I didn't think that a gummy was going to do gummy things. I thought it was just going to make me sleepy. I couldn't even do that verification thing. Do y'all remember? I did it like 8 times. Anyway, okay, yes, I'm glad to see all the yeses. Yes, 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 love it. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen said, honestly, I want to, but not at the expense of what I will lose. That's real talk. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen, that's honest. Honesty is the best policy. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen, what do you think you'll lose? I'm curious. You don't have to tell me, but definitely tune in to yourself. What do you think you're going to lose? Because one way that we don't change is because we think what we're going to lose is greater, more important than what we'll gain. So that's really real that you think that and had that thought. So think about what it is you stand to lose. Oh, thank you for the gift. I love that. Thank you so much for the paper crane, Jennifer Rose. I love that. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen said, the person I want to stay, that I said I'd stay with. Real talk. Yeah. You got some thinking to do. That's a real fear. Very much understood. You got some thinking to do. Okay. So I want you to end with a soft affirmation after you've asked yourself those 3 very important questions. And I want you to tell yourself, if you said yes, I give myself permission to shift. Okay? I give myself permission to shift. Not through force, but through truth. I'm safe to change. I'm safe to receive. I'm safe to rise. Okay? Tell yourself that it's safe. Alkaline Vegan Dessert Queen, if you do want to, you're going to have to tell your system that it's safe. If your system thinks that you doing this work is going to be a threat, is going to make you lose more than you gain, it's going to resist it at every level. It must feel safe to stick. Okay? All right. So, what I want you to do for homework is get a journal. If you don't already have one, you're going to need a journal for this work. As we'll talk about over the next 7 days, journaling is one of the most important spiritual practices that you can do for yourself every day. So I want you to get a journal, get a nice pen or pencil that you adore, because we're going to be journaling a lot. What I want you to do with your journal, the very first thing is do a heart dump and a brain dump. Remember, whatever you're thinking about, dump it all on paper. Whatever you're feeling in your heart, dump it all on paper. Chances are the things we just started talking about today with these energetic fundamentals are going to dredge up some emotions, dredge up some thoughts, make you think about some things. I want you to take some time to get that out of your system and journal it. Okay? And we'll come back tomorrow. All right, so I said, if this hits, come back tomorrow for day 2. That's where we really will begin the healing. We're going to talk about survival mode. We're going to talk about the chart of consciousness, the different levels of frequency, nervous system safety, and how to stop operating from trauma. Okay? And of course, if you all like this work again, please sign up for my workshop where we go even deeper, how to rewire your nervous system for safety so that you can step out of survival mode and into your divine feminine energy. It's going to be June 26th. Only $99, only 20 seats. So if you like that, step into that. Link is in my bio. And if you don't, come back tomorrow. We're going to step into learning about frequency, learning about how to check for all those open tabs in our browser and start to close those tabs so we can start to move into softer lives, so we can start to move into thriving. It's time to thrive. It's time for you to have a soft life. And the way that you're going to get it, it's not by hustling. It's not by proving. It's not by getting a second job. It's by stepping into your divine feminine energy. That is the bridge I wish someone would have taught me 5 years ago. Sound good? All right. I'll see you all tomorrow. When will I be live? I didn't think about that because I never go live on the weekend, but tomorrow I want to, let's say, just come back. I'll try to put in my story. I'll figure out what time is a good time. Yeah, I know. And the link in my bio is not a hyperlink. You have to copy it and paste it because I don't have 1,000 followers yet. Yeah. Okay. All right. So watch my story. If you follow me, make sure you follow me and I will let you, I guess I'll put in my story, what time I'm going to go live tomorrow. Okay. Thank y'all so much. It's been a pleasure. I love this stuff. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. You're welcome, Victoria.